our melody soothe your soul. Echo through the darkness. Lovely quintet. Embrace the music.
In the arena, battle calls our name. Shadow rise, we're chasing fame. Legends born in the glow of the screen. Every move feels like a dream. Unfold like a master plan. Every hero, every fan, dive into the fray with hearts of steel. Our destiny is all we feel. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Won't back down. Unstoppable, we're igniting the spark. Brush off defeat, we hone every mark. Stand together, this is our time. Synchronize in perfect rhyme.
For defying the world, I was handed eternal reign. The feast shall wait.
Let the eternal melody soothe your soul. Echo through the darkness. Lovely Quentin. Embrace the music.
In the arena, battle calls our name. Shadow rise, we're chasing fame. Legends born in the glow of the screen. Every move feels like a dream. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Shadow rise, won't back down. Strategies unfold like a master plan. Every hero, every fan, dive into the fray with hearts of steel. Our destiny is all we feel. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Shadow rise, won't back down. Unstoppable, we're igniting the spark.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Champions of the Realm series, season 2, round 3, day 4 happening right now. This is brought to you by Shadowrise Esports and the first match of the day about to be happening. Quite of an interesting match, I would say. But before that, on to the casters decks. This is your caster Zero, and this time it's my fellow partner, my fellow caster, the beautiful, the great analyst Debbie is here with us.
Yeah, that was a great introduction. I love that, but still, yeah, the signs, the famous, the celebrities are the one who's gonna be playing here today. So, what are the team names, Jewel?
Team names, one you'll be really familiar with. It is none other than Zoe Hunt right here
Oh,
in the house with us. And going against them is a rising team, might be a rising team. This is none other than Anbu Esports. So, just coming from the name, it just sounds like it will be quite a banger.
yeah, that's definitely gonna be because yeah, we have all know. I mean, I've seen Anbu Esports before, and they were performing so good in the way they are using their heroes as well, and the draft wise too. But then we cannot forget the Giants from Mizoram. Johan, they are the top teams, one of the top teams here in India so far, and especially in Mizoram too. So I am very excited to what they're going to be bringing on to this game today because we cannot forget Anbu Esports also, they might be something that they might be some squad that's not very popular or not very known, but there's always a fear of the unknown, right? You do not know what you are going to be facing, so this might put Johan in a pedestal too, but still I can tell that this is going to be a very interesting matchup going on between these two teams.
Yep, I agree. I feel like Anbu Esports. I've heard that term Anbu. It was in Naruto. It was in Naruto, I think. So I feel like it was a reference. So if that was a reference, Anbu was pretty strong though. Anbu was a pretty strong squad, like the other cover squad there. So you never know. There might be an underlying skills ready to ready to get discovered. So we'll have to see. It will be really interesting, and of course we can't forget Zohan teams in India, and of course the Giant from Mizoram. They've got all of the strong points and weak points because they're quite the well-known ones. So I feel like Anbu Esports they can keep that to their advantage and study the draft while they are one of the unknown teams, which gives them one more advantage for Zohan to
Mm.
guess
Yeah, this is
guess
gonna
the whole
be a
team out.
legit, yeah, stranger for them too as well. So if you know your opponent, you're gonna be knowing how to handle them. But what if your opponents are a mystery? That's the thing. So Anbu Esports right now they are gonna be having that lead into their case. But still, we cannot forget Johan. Their priority has been always winning that early game and trying to get the mid control as much as possible because as we know, Faden is a good and amazing mid player into the mid side, and on top of that, they have their Roma family problem with lots of flexibility in the hero picks as well. So this kind of enables them. So yeah, we have to see what the two teams are going to be bringing out onto the table because right now, as you can see, the draft has already started and Johan is gonna be having that first pick. Meanwhile, for Anbu Esports, they are gonna be into the second pick onto the red side.
Yep. The advantage of getting a first pick and a second pick are quite distinct. For the first pick, you can prioritize the heroes which you excel at. It's like the Matilda or maybe the Suyo. Those two are quite great. Matilda is quite hard to counter, so you can use that to your advantage. And of course, for the second pick, you have you have the chance of picking out two meta heroes if there is a lot of meta heroes open, right? Suppose your enemy they pick up the Matilda and the Badang or the Harriet are still open, you still have the chance to pick those two up. So both first picks and second picks they have their own advantage, and a team, in my personal opinion, I feel like a team should know how to take care of that advantage and that situation. But overall, onto the ban, we do see the usual bans coming in. Of course, the Hilda, the Zushin, the Hylos, the Matilda as well coming in from
Oh.
both sides.
A very strong early game heroes being banned out here because as you can see we all know that these four heroes that has been appearing onto the drafting phase so far has always been that kind of a hero that's always going to be having the lead into the early stages of this game and purely aggressive as well. And I would say it depends on half player half meta too, so I really like the bands coming out from in Anbu here too because when he can be utilizing that Hilda to their full advantage and just try to back out into the backliners and try to create havoc for the opponent jungle, especially if you want to go for the assassins into the jungle still. The studio gonna be taken away. Anbu, they know what they are doing. They did their homework. They know that Dusty is gonna be comfortable onto that studio as well. And there are chances that they may be able to get the joy as well for this Johan. But still, the early pick joy, what do you think it's gonna be? The early pick joy hasn't been that much of a popularity, but still, should they go for that?
There are a lot of heroes that can be prioritized above besides Joy. There is the
Mm,
Badang, you can say, and there's a lot of. I feel like first priority should go to the tanks or the EXPs. Like as I said, there's that Badang, there is that Khalid or the Kacha or the High Loss because they are quite hard to counter. So joy for joy, it's kind of like you get pick her around the third pick that you get. So it's just a give and take situation, I would say, and kind of depends on the team as well. But as we see here, Debbie, the first pick right off the bat coming in from Faden, and that will be the Eve right there.
Oh, the Eve very early on when there's so many heroes that can literally counter the Eve, but still Unbu Esports they try to go for the CC first pick, like I mentioned, like I said, and still if you go for the early game, I mean the early pick Eve, you're gonna be seeing a hero that can outrange you, and the first is gonna be the pick of choice. I thought that they could go for this Gatot Kaca here, right? But still a good choice of pick, but it's gonna be giving away so many heroes for the side of Johan still if you do not pick out the metas mages here. But still Farsa has been buffed quite good onto the rotation as well and very mobile too with the wings by wings. But right now we have to see two heroes definitely into the meta. Definitely a comfort pick for Johan here. It's gonna be the Lucas and the Harris appearing right off the bat perfectly on time, and I would say and Blue Esports they have a chance to counter it. Maybe they can go for this Joy right now for them, but still going against a Harris, you're gonna be second thinking of what why you would be picking up the Joy. So what do they pick here for Anbu here? Okay.
Hmm. Oh, Joy. They could probably go for a Hayabusa. When Joy is coming in with her electrifying beats, he can go with the Sogu Shadow Kills. So that can be picked up by Anbu Esports, and same goes to Zohan as well. Those are quite the options remaining for both the sides for the jungler. And,
Mm.
it just depends on which side teams first, because the one who picks Hayabusa, I feel like at this point, he has a little more advantage because he is untargetable at that time when he's casting his ult. So that might be useful, but still looking at the picks, they are prioritizing the mage, the gold laner, and the EXP for both the teams. Quite interesting, I would say, because gold comes quite at late, and Claude as well. He just goes for that he just goes for that BMI, getting away from Harriet and his upcoming onslaught to him. So I guess they are kind of a good matchup, but overall that Lucas onto the EXP, or will it be a Lucas Lucas and Florian combo like we saw yesterday from
Oh.
Tartarus. But it might be in suspense. It might be in suspense. But yeah, I would say at this point both the teams they kind of need to start thinking how they could counter the draft, and look at that, the Hayabusa band coming in.
Oh, a classic Johan draft. I would say they always ban out the Hayabusa because they want to have that priority into the mid side and not let their mid laner taken away so early on so easily. But still, Ambu Esports, they know what they are doing because here right now they are banning out the Gatot Gacha so as to give a lead for the first two. So both of these teams, I think they are mainly focused on to what their mates are going to be having into the other side, how they are going to be faced with another kind of heroes, with any kind of heroes. So it's going to be hard to try to choose up very early on, but still I feel like they are denying the picks and just making and paving their way for their mid laners to have a good time into the early stages at least. But still, Anbo they decide to go for this chip ban. I never seen Johan picking up the chip, but still it's still a you have to feel threatened when there's a chip. So I feel like they are just not trying to gamble at all. Better play safe than sorry is what they're gonna be going for here. But right now, Blue Johan, what should they ban? What are the choices? Should they ban out the jungle here again? Okay, Fanny ban coming away very late.
I guess they were waiting for the last minute ban to come for that Fanny. And I guess they don't want to go for that Fanny as well from the side of Zohan. They are more comfortable going for that Joy, or maybe other assassin
Alpha?
jungle. Oh yeah, Alpha kind of works here in this case, and already the backline is looking quite secure. So Alpha as the front line paired with that Lucas might work really well for either of the teams actually, because as we see, they kind of need a continuous damage hero with steals true damage.
Oh,
So I would say, both the teams they are looking quite well. Oh yes, the Alpha
oh.
does get picked out, Debbie. Okay, okay. Alpha he will be going against a Lucas in the front line, and there we go. Joy, Dusty Mizo on that Joy, as you said, Debbie.
Yeah, this is a late joy and a perfectly calculated joy as well. And then I would say it's just being, keeping his pick into the very last part because he just wanna see Anbu Esports what are they gonna be denying, and mostly his comfort has always been the alpha and rather than the joy. So Anbu Esports they know what they are doing. They did their homework. They have their lessons learned. So they are just denying and picking it on top of that, it's just I really like the true damage coming out from Anbu here because early game it's gonna be lacking. They are gonna be lacking the damage coming out from the Claude. He's gonna be having that weak side laning phase into the laning phase because it's against a Harris. No, not just another Harris, but Prime's Harris. So he's gonna be playing it very slow. So as to enable him, they are picking out the heroes that can have that early game edge, like the Alpha, like the Farsa as well. So this is a very basic but a very disgusting combination into the early stages of this game too. Meanwhile, Win, I thought Win could have gone for something very different, or maybe even the Cho because the CC had appeared. But still, so confident and ballsy of him to pick out the Lucas when there's a CC. But oh, look at the last pick they were.
Oh, Carmilla. Okay, a Carmilla, Alpha, CC, Farsight Cloud
Nah.
combo. I mean, those are all continuous combo, I would say, and it's kind of game over for Team Zohan if Carmilla, connects all her curse of blood. The Alpha would be coming in with his pair of Alpha. Claude will be charging in with his blazing duet.
Mm.
Farza from the back line just throwing her feathered airstrike, and of course Cece she already has a yo-yo blitz and a kinetic all together. So quite of a well drafted matchup and draft, I would say, coming in from the side of Team Anbu Esports. And for Zohan, it's not quite bad as well. They have
Mm.
Yi for the zoning. Tigreal is there to provide the assistance while she casts her ult. And Joy is there for the finishing blow, same with Harriet, while
Yeah.
Lucas is in the, in the front line, is sustaining all the damage because of his beast form, right? So overall, both the teams are quite strong in their own draft, and it's looking really good. And now it comes to all comes down to execution part.
Yeah, execution is what we have to see here because Anbu esports they have looking at the draft they have the better lineup into the early game, but still Eve being picked away, but they have to counter the Eve with the Claude. I understand, but still, for the side of Johan too, they pick out the Lucas onto a CC, but onto the other side also, the Eve have already been picked by Johan here, but still, Anbu Esports they still win for the Alpha. So this is a battle of ego draft for both of these teams. So ego drop it is. So we have to see what who has the the better ego here.
Well, it will be quite interesting which one's ego stands out at the top after this match. And yeah, I guess they're really confident in their own mastery over the hero that they've picked. So yeah, it's just a battle of egos as you said, but look at that. Win is struggling a bit against Cece as we know how she eats that HP, damage based on HP, and of course he will be quite struggling. But in the team fight, he'll be shining though.
Yeah, he will be the one definitely signing with the beast here on his kit as well. And I would say for Johan they have the domination into the goal lane, but for Anbu Esports they definitely are gonna be having the edge into that XP side. So both of these teams are looking for something very different, right? They are focusing on two different things entirely, but oh, there might be a skirmishes.
Yep, first blood in the hands of Dusty Mizo, just bursting out Joring Hojai on that Carmilla. Early game you've got to keep your heads up onto that Carmilla because she is quite tanky, don't you agree?
Yeah, it's a tanky Carmilla, and with the sets also, I feel like this is gonna be a good start. But still, for the side of Anbu, they have to be dependent on the CC to provide the distraction. But look at that, Joel.
Gets on point. Joring was, I guess, taken down, but onto the back line, a great implosion coming in from Family Problem, although they were not able to get that follow up because they were busy busting out that Carmilla. It was a great setup, I would say, but a little little backlog on that follow up.
Oh, they might be something onto the top side, but look at that.
Topside as well. Claude is just defending himself using everything that he can get. And their team, Anbu Esports, they know that Claude will be important for them. So,
Yeah.
they're just going all out to defend that Claude because CC, she'll be doing fine against a win on that Lucas.
Oh, but look at that. There might be something of a skirmishes happening onto the bot side and the top side as well. There's a mod force just to survive a little bit, but Prime has to be surviving. But Mr. Noob, a different answer for him. He has to be taken down with three members onto him, just chasing him. And I feel like it was too early for him to, just try to cut down the lanes, even though it's a bit ahead in comparison to the Lucas. There's still gonna be the threat of Dusty Mizo coming in anytime soon because he's right about around into the jungle and mainly the focus is onto the backside. But look at that, the top side, there might be something.
Oh, oh, Dusty Mizo. He was about to go after Gaunt's, but the Blazing Duet saved the Claude from going in.
Oh,
But Tigreal implosion coming in, and of course the Void Crystal coming in from
oh,
Fade. And right there, he is stuck in between his turret. He gets taken down in the hands of Fade, and right there, because of the not connecting feathered airstrike, Faden gets taken down. Tigreal doing another great job, but Dusty Mizo gets caught up in the between. He will be escaping with that slither of HP. A really great follow, I would say. CC coming in all the way from the bottom lane towards the top lane.
early rotation, a very, very early rotation coming out from Mr. Noob onto that CC and, bringing it to his team, but still he's going to be losing a lot of goal in comparison to Win here. And I feel like Win isn't ready. Oh, look at it. Look at the Simon Force.
Yep, Harriet is only one between three people. He does get away with the
Oh,
dash, and Zaman was really, really low on that HP. He gets to live another day. I mean, it's understandable they're rotating towards the top lane because the gold is there and the turtle is there as well. But the bottom lane, Mr. Noob won't be surviving the onslaught coming in from Joy, and although it is kind of a trade for that turtle.
yeah, they have to compensate for it. But implosion?
Oh, implosion hitting on point. Farza coming in from behind. The feathered airstrike zoning them out.
Oh.
Joring Jose gets taken down in the hands of Wind. This time he is the one rotating. And Zanik might be on the chopping block next. Look at that Wind still going for it. He survives with that slither of HP.
Oh,
But Gons won't be surviving. He gets taken down in the hands of Harriet. And Mr. Noop, he is quite low as well. He needs to watch out for that joy.
Is it just me, or are the Gholiners a tad bit tankier than we are used to? Because they have been ganked twice, time and time again, but still they weren't falling. But look at that, there's something here, but still just a nothing much of a casualty. Just the mid lane falling down, the mid lane turret first tier falling down for Johan. That they have one turret into their hands, two, three already, but still Anbu are yet to take down any neutral objective so far, and their composition is made for the early game for Alpha to have that snowball, for Smart, for Farsa to have that damage onto that feather airstrike as well. But still, there hasn't been much of a life for them. The only hope is if their Claude is farmed up. Still, it's gonna be hard because Claude is a weak hero into the early stages of this game. He's gonna be needing at least three equipments onto his hands, and still, he's gonna be needing something of a defense if he want to survive any kind of onslaught. But look at the focus of Johan, they are very objective wise.
Yep, objective wise, they're doing a really great job. And as you said, for the Claude, he needs his Trinity build and that rose gold for that, added tankiness. He does have his vengeance, but it won't be helping him survive much. Although Zohunt, they pop out one more turret there, one more turret for the side of Team Anbu Esports. They lost it. And, objective wise, they're doing a really great job. Family problem, on to the other hand, implosion coming in. Fade and with that RWM, it's get cancelled by Farza with that feathered airstrike, just going back with the wing by wing. And I guess it was kind of a save, but Harriet, he decides to go for Farza but gets taken down instead. Right in the turret, there was no minion, so clearly the turret was the MVP here.
The turrets, Johan make a miscalculation right there, just trying to take down the turret very early on, but still they lost alive. And Prime, even though he's, farmed up quite early on, he should just try to take a little bit of a back foot. So he doesn't need to farm up with the Holy Crystal, and then try to take, at the damage as much as possible, to give out the damage as much as possible. But still, he's just impatient, just trying to, poke out a little bit. It did fail. It did manage to take him down into the midst of it all. But right now, they might be looking for something here because the neutral objective is far from starting here. It's already 100 seconds still, so they're not going to be focusing still. But the lanes might be pushing out for Johan. Maybe they can try and freeze.
Oh, yeah, they definitely could, but Gons, he gets taken down in the hands of Dustin Mesa. So I would say at this point, I feel like Unbu Esports, what mistake they did was they were not going for the neutral objectives in the early game, not going for any
Oh,
trade. So it was kind of bad decision for them. They were just going around the map, and look at that, a setup coming in. Faden with his RWM, Zanik gets taken down. Joring Hojai really low. Mr. Noob does get land his kill on win on the Lucas Prime. He gets taken down in the hands of Farsa with a basic attack. I mean, that stun did more than anything to get him, to prevent him from getting away. And it seems like Zohan, they are kind of losing the composure that they had. And Anbu is what they can put that to their advantage. Although Zohan, they are known for coming back after any unexpected at any unexpected moments, I would say. So we'll just have to wait and watch. Time is the key here, and discipline as well.
Already, Queen swings into the hands of Mr. Noob. He's just trying to have that little bit of sustain if he wants to go in. But still, Claude is a little bit behind. He does have only two items into his kit. He's going to be needing that much more than these two items to be that much of a threat for the side of Johan. Meanwhile, for Prime, he's already, far ahead. 5k. I mean, 5.8k gold into his hands is gonna be, one wave away from building up the Holy Crystal if he goes for it, because it's such an important item and equipment to go for as well. So right now I feel like this is gonna be an interesting gold lead as well, because Prime doesn't have that much of a goal in comparison to Win and Faden as well. So I feel like he's just overcommitting a lot that's why he has been falling down quite a lot more than the other two DPS. So he has to be careful in how the metas are going on, how the team fights are going on. He has to come in last, and he does really need that the equipments to be that much of a threat. And even so, he doesn't have any chance to survive if he get caught. But look at the conceal.
Yep, the conceal is kind of gonna do the work, but look at that Zanik going for prime right ahead. He does escape, but Win is on the Zanik. The damage is coming in though. The beast combo is there, but not enough to pop him down. Curtain Call and Yo-Yo Blitz gets taken up by Mr. Noob, and Win will be on the chopping block. The HPs of Zohan, they are looking quite low, but overall, Debbie, if I have to say, if we look at the score, it's a 10-7. So both the teams, they are playing really, really safe, and they're just not giving out any unnecessary team fights and just trying to survive the whole match. Although the Lord is coming and the pressure is building up for the side of Team Anbu Esports.
Yeah, this is definitely a pressure. And then look at the dive, Johan. I mean, Dusty, he's just trying to drone it away, but still a good clearance coming out from the side of Ambu Esports. And I would say they weren't really syncing the maps. I mean, the minions, the top turrets has been falling down, but still, if they could have a little bit been disciplined onto how their lanes were synced, how their lanes were managed, they could have taken at least one inhibitor. But still, Johan, it's a classic Johan style. They do not think; they just go for it. The kind of leap before you look before you jump wasn't their thing, but still they make it work. Even if they are chaotic, but look at that implosion.
Oh, Oh, Implosion was missed by an inch by Zanig right there, doing the great job of popping out his spare of Alpha to get away. And that was kind of a resources wasted for family problem right there. But
Mm,
yes, I don't see any more team fight coming in because if we see Zohan, they are freezing the lanes and they are trying to force Anbu Esports out of their turret so that they can catch them off guard and maybe hopefully go for a full team wipeout. But at the same time, Anbu Esports, they kind of need to be careful as well, kind of need to read their opponents, need to read their movements and everything, because the Lord is also coming, and this will be quite an important Lord for both the teams because it might turn the whole tide of the game.
mm.
And at this point, if a whole team wipeout comes, then it will be quite hard. Although Farsa is there going around and doing her feathered airstrike to zone any of the nearby enemies out. Although I would say Anbo Esports, they are really careful and I guess are planning on going for defending the Lord rather than contesting for it.
They could have a better setup and try to, look for those contests, but still, they are trying to be as disciplined as possible because looking at the far lanes, like the minions are together in synergy, and there's not a bit of a setup, not even a bit of a setup coming out from Johan as well. But still, the clearance is gonna be done here. Janik just trying to do the split push potential that he might want to, but still, it's gonna be in favor of Johan though, because their minions are gonna be accumulating onto the bot side, and along with the Lord, they'll be able to clear it out. And maybe this time around, they will be balanced enough. They will be balancing it enough and try to take at least one turret, because they do not want to go this 12-minute Lord goes to waste, because it's an important Lord and they secure it rather freely. But still, it's very very important. But right now, for the side of Anbu Esports, still they have a good clearance and a good zone potential coming out from the far side. He's gonna be holding for that for the airstrike and wait for the Lord to hit.
Yeah, actually, I agree with what you're saying right now. Farsa is kind of the key component in this match because she is the one who's gonna be able to zone all the enemies out from the back line while trying to escape as well, trying to give as much as room for Anbu Esports to breathe. Because other, if we see the other heroes or the members, they are all quite short ranged, and of course, Claude doesn't have
Yeah.
any much range as himself, but he does have the engage and disengage capability with his BMI. So I guess those two are the key elements of this game. But Dusty Mizo there trying to maybe land some damage onto Claude, escaping nearly. Look at that implosion coming in. Although the Spear of Alpha dealing the damage on Family Problem, Winter Crown gets used up. Dusty Mizo gets taken down, shut down from Lucas right there. The base is in danger. And the question is, does the base get taken down? It does. And I would say a really easy team fight won by Zoant.
Yeah, they were very careful, but still chaotic nonetheless. And we have to see the scoring so far. Win! Unexpectedly getting the MVP, and I say he deserved it too, but it was a little bit unexpected because an XP laner getting the MVP is not much common here. But still, he did what he could. He was doing available all over the map most of the time, and even though Mr. Noob wasn't far behind, right? He was actually rotating much better, much earlier than Win, but still their execution wasn't enough because they are made for so. I mean, they are made to have the early game snowball rolling for them, but still, just because of the pick of this family problem, Tigreal coming out into play, there wasn't a green light, any kind of green light for Alpha, for Janik to dive in time and again. So even if he tried to go with the spear of the Alpha, there was so much mobility coming out from the side of Johan that he wasn't able to do it. And even if he tried to hit onto Faden still, there's family problem onto his backup call. He's gonna be always trying to out control him. I feel like with the ego draft that we were talking about, both the draft has been good, but still teams they are both chaotic. For Johan they are chaotic and messy, just Johan, but for Anbu they were careful, very conservative. But this is a setup, this is a draft that's made to go all in, to go aggressive, but they couldn't put out the fire that Johan has lit into the early game. And I feel like the ego draft is a win for Johan here.
Clearly, we can winner here, Debbie. And yes, as you said, EXP laner not much, considered an MVP, but so I guess it gives Win the title of EXP standard. At least that is what I
Yeah.
think, because doing a really great job at zoning and of course dealing with the front lines and bursting out with his beast combo. And of course we can't forget Family Problem. His implosion setups were really on point most of the time, and same with Faden as well. Those two were really great. Well, Prime and Dusty Mizo, they were the ones dealing that burst damage. It was kind of a magic overload, but they really managed to balance the draft out because I feel like Eve, she doesn't have much damage on the tanky heroes. Like the Carmilla or the Alpha or the CC were all there, and it kind of gave Dusty Mizo and Prime to shine, while Win and Family Problem, they were out there doing their own role, protecting the team, zoning for the team. So yeah, it really shines out how Zohan works, their whole team coordination, their whole team backup and all. And it's nice to see. And of course, it was not a rushed match. It was a match played carefully by both the teams. And I would say really A for efforts for Anbu for putting up a great team fight.
Yeah, they were perfect. There wasn't something of a misstep they have done, right? It was just Johan calling all the spots and forcing team fights here and there and being chaotic and being so messy that Anbu weren't used to. And I feel like they have so many chances still for Anbu, but for Johan today, they will be the one who's gonna be taking out the victory. But still, this is not the end because this is the first match of today. We have more coming, but before that, we are yeah, going to be taking our time for preparations, and we're going to be needing a little bit of a break.
that frail mortal shell. Join me in eternity. For defying the world, I was handed eternal reign. The feast shall wait.
In the arena, battle calls our name. Shadow rise, we're chasing fame. Legends born in the glow of the screen. Every move feels like a dream. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Shadow rise, won't back down. Strategies unfold like a master plan. Every hero, every fan, dive into the fray with hearts of steel. Our destiny is all we feel. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Shadow rise, won't back down. Unstoppable, we're igniting the spark. Brush off defeat, we hone every mark. Stand together, this is...
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Shadowrise Esports Champion of the Realm Season 2 happening right now. This is the second match of the day, which is going to be happening between Team Impurity Esports and Team Samurai. Now, already we know how Impurity is. Impurity, quite a well-known name in the community, and they're up going against a Samurai. Quite interesting of a name this time as well. On to the casters decks. It is me, Zero, and of course my fellow caster Debbie. We are here yet again for you guys.
Yeah, we are back another to bring a cinematic day as well because yeah, like Jay mentioned, samurai, something you do not hear much. But impurity is the word, the team that we are always going to be hearing because they are able to take teams here and there with tournaments and change in lineups as well. But still, we have another team also, Samurai. They haven't been popping up quite a lot, but still, they're going to be, like we have talked about into the first game, the fear of the unknown that will be still implemented here for the side of Impurity because they do not know who they are going to be going against. And, what's more mysterious than than a squad named Samurai? So, they can bring up something onto the table, maybe, you know something that we are not sure of, or even the Hayabusa or the Hunter can appear here. We'll never know. Only time will tell.
Well, taking reference to the name, what if it was a whole samurai squad? I'm just delusional.
Oh
But
no, no.
yeah, well, it would be really great though if we see at least one samurai on the team, even if it's
Mm-hmm.
just a skin. But yeah, overall, as you said, Debbie, the fear of the unknown still exists, and like the last time, Team Anbu Esports put up a great fight against Zohan, just going on par. And I feel like that was just the experience speaking for Zohan that they won. So this time also we might see, because they made it this far. At least they should have something, right? They should have something in them that they've
Yeah,
made it this far. And going against Impurity here, it is kind of experience speaking, experience versus a new fresh start, I would say. But overall, heading on to the draft phase, this will be Samurai on the first, and Impuri getting that second pick right
That is
there.
nice.
Or
Well
right
done,
off the
Diana.
bat,
Yes, yes.
the
That
Julian
is
gets
well
banned
done. Time
out.
flies.
What are your thoughts on that?
Sir, what's your
Julian, I'm
prediction
not
on
sure
this
Julian
banning?
being banned in the first place because he has been such a situational pick, only picked away when there are no other options. But still,
For Impurity, they are gonna be sticking to the classic standard band. The Juicing has to go. This hero hasn't been left open even once, and even if it was open, the one who gets it always gonna be winning. And we can see right now Impurity, they do not mess around. They just want to hand it away. And right now for Samurai, okay, there we go. Soon in the assassin being banned away and the Fanny. You do not want to
Mm,
face a Fanny, right? Not me, not you. Even whether it's classic Uzang or tournaments or samurai, they understand this and they do not want to risk it. And I feel like Impurity esports have been changing their junglers so much, but whatever jungles they are taking, right? He's always so good in Fanny, whoever their jungler is. So they don't want to take their chances. They're just gonna be banning it away.
yep. Just ban the whole root of the problem, just ban the whole root of the
Yeah.
problem rather than just tackling it. And that is what Samurai is going for right now. And banning out that Gatotkacha as well, leaving the Hylos open. I kind of smell a Hylos first pick coming in, but there is still a lot of heroes from the side of Impurity. Matilda gets on the ban list. Oh well, oh well. And respecting the
Oh.
first pick, for that Samurai Esports. Quite a great ban, I would say. And right off the bat, Suyu gets taken out from the hands of Impurity Esports. And look at that, an auto lock on that Selena.
I really like the studio pick here, right? Because studio is so safe to be picked out into the early stages of this game. And for Samurai, they know what they are doing with this girl because they did ban out the Gatot Kasa that can literally be taunting you as well. But Impurity, they have to pick out a solid frontliner for themselves, and they thought that the Badang would be the good choice. But I am very skeptical about this Selena here, though. Selena doesn't have that much of an aggression into the mid side if it's not paired up with a good clearance of a tank. So maybe Impurity wants to go for that Badang XP and maybe a Joe had roam too because other than that Selena doesn't come online very much or maybe a Joe works too. But yeah, if he is paired out with a separate tank, it might eventually be hard for Impurity. But now we can see Samurai they are picking out the newly buffed hero, the Brody with the range and the force ring being, made faster than it was before. But still sticking to the
Hmm.
standard made pick, the Sicilian. I like this pick so far.
Yep, Brody, I would say he is making his way up in the tournament scenes after his recent buff. And I feel like it would work because he has a lot of burst damage potential, and of course his torn apart memory, his the range is crazy. Even if you get out, if he does land, I mean you have to stay like what, half of the map far for for his ult to not land at you. So yeah, it is kind of a range that Brody excels at. And I feel like at this point, right after Layla, I feel like Brody is the second one who has the most range. And the mid to late game potential is looking secure for Samurai. And Suyu is there for the aggressiveness in the early to mid part, which they are going to be making that up with. And of course, the high loss is still there though, although they decided to ban that Mia and that Argus. I would say those two are really great, really strong, but in the tournament scene, unless it's a one trick, it's not quite comfortable picking those two out. Argus, he does have a lot of damage, but onto the EXP where team fight is really important, it's not really, applicable, I would say. But yes, the Balearic gets banned out as well as the CC. Quite of an interesting ban, I would say, coming in for that Balearic. Maybe trying to counter out, the Joy, trying to ban the counter of Joy because of his Wrath of the Red. He has a lot of taunts, and it is bad news for Joy and the Bruno getting picked up against a Brody. It will be Burst versus Burst and Selena. Okay, really, really, I would say interesting. Quite the how do you say it? Contradictory. Selena picking up that Kufra while Neko's Queen picks up that Selena for himself. Okay, I see a joke loading. Selena not getting the Selena. Quite
Selena.
lame, but yeah, overall,
Selena.
fake Dracula picking up that ex Borg, another surprise pick coming in from their side.
I mean, Selena not getting Selena is gonna be a joke, as absolutely. But Nicholas Scream, I've completely forgotten the guy who can make two teams disqualified without playing.
Oh
I
my.
mean, playing and can make the other team qualified without joining them. But still, yes, right now Nicholas Scream, it's gonna be Nicholas Scream Selena. So they're gonna be having that extra magic damage coming out from Joy Kelly.
Yep.
But still, the joy's been picked away. But now they have the Kufra. Selena is on the Kufra. So maybe possibly he has to be careful on how he's gonna be diving in. But I'm really skeptical about this Xbox pick. Maybe they want to go for the true damage, but still, it's gonna be hard. You're playing against an assassin and a slow moving fighter is not what you have in mind into that onto the XP side. But now the Arda is gonna be appearing. Maybe it's gonna be Dark who's playing this Arlot. And in this kind of composition, I do not think that the Arlot is the best choice.
Well, yeah, they kind of lacked the CC, and I feel like they could not opt for any solid CC heroes. So, Dark is gonna be there sweeping his enemy out. I guess they're gonna be going all out, all aggression, I would say. But if that Badang is on Rome, I think it could just work. And the setup will be there from Super Kev and Alot. Alot will be going up against a X Borg. Quite interesting. One has mobility, one has the burst and the true damage. So overall, it's just depends on how both the teams will be playing it out. But Nikos Queen, look at that. As you said, Selena is being a menace on Selena, and it, it's just how things are gonna be.
Yeah, this is gonna be a joke full on. But look at that, the bouncing ball being placed, and Nicole's game trying to provide as much as a reason. But look at that, the stun. Okay,
Early game aggression coming in.
that was a little bit of a misconception coming out from the side of Impurity. I thought that they could go for a kill, but looking at the top side,
Ooh, Nicholas Queen misses out the abyssal arrow brought the flickering out on time. Although, look at that, Kaylee going in with his. Okay,
super
Kaylee
kill.
going. I just got a loss of words right there.
Okay.
The amount of decision that they were making, it just made me speechless. But yeah, Kaylee failing so far to get that first blood on any of the teams. I would say they are playing quite well, although Suyo is getting a hard time going for his level 4, just getting disrupted in all of his jungles.
Oh, look at this stun. Nicholas Graham, he's not joking around. He does know that he can be targeting that
Oh,
the for as much as possible. Look at the trap is being set, but the turtle might be
no.
onto the focus. First blood, big Dracula will fall down. But look at that, the electrifying beats.
Yep, for electrifying beats, that is what I forgot. Selena gets taken down, though quite bad for them. But Impurity Esports taking over that turtle, zoning quite well, taking that lead from Samurai, still going for that turtle in the hands of Impurity. Our Lord Dark just getting away with the dash, and Nichols Queen as well, trying to go in with the abyssal arrow, but not being able to. Selena gets the Selena trap. Kaylee onto the back line, going for that orange buff, just disrupting the whole flow of Team Samurai right there by disrupting the jungle. They are how the mage and the tank are not level 4 yet, and they are doing a great job at disrupting the whole thing. And Brody is also facing the issues against a Bruno. Look at Joy. Kaylee coming in from behind, goes in, although he gets stunned. The last memory does get used up. He will be getting taken down. Brody in the hands of Selena. Nichols Queen behind, though. Fist wall coming in, and effects gets Badang out of the way. Selena Tyrant's Revenge on point. it's bursting, not bursting, stunning out the Selena. Nico's Queen does get away with that, and the score looking quite in the favor of Impurity Esports.
Samurai's future has been looking so bleak for now because their composition is made for this early game jungle, early game rotation, and they do not want to playing this Brody very late. He wants to come very online very early on and try to go join team fights as much as possible. But Impurity are not making him do the deeds because look at the world. I mean. He's been, he's been imprisoned in lane for so long that there might be something here. Look at that.
Oh, one is targeting the front line, one is targeting the back line, and they were successful in that. Selena just coming in and hitting from behind. Brody was not even able to see that trap, and he got caught up in that that really, really on a pickle. But he gets his kill on to NFX. Look at that. X-Borg coming in from behind as well. Nico's Queen lands a kill. Mega kill for him right there. The Selena pick that you were skeptical of, Debbie, it is playing out quite well. Nico's Queen is proving his himself on Selena, and overall the aggression is still there, and of course the Abyssal Arrow really hitting on point.
Yeah, this is a perfect rotation coming out from this Selena as well. But look at that, a lot of stun. The last insanity being popped, but
Oh,
one guy, this guy will be falling down. But the stun is still there. But you know what? I think this is a very good start for Impurity Esports, and they're gonna be showing their potential. But look at the stun. There's nothing much they can do. But yeah, even if the Kuva try to look for a set, right? There's no
mhm.
damage coming out from his team. They are so far behind, and even the
Yep.
Zealand is gonna be needing a lot of stack, and if he does not have those stacks, he's not gonna be dealing the damage. But yeah, we can focus onto the top side here.
Yeah, Brody is going against a Joy and Assassin going against an MM. No, no, quite low chance of him surviving, unless you got a
Oh,
mobility skill that can out damage. But Freak Dracula just escaping with that slither of HP coming in from stat because there were no minions and he was taking the turret hit. Although there might be one more kill because Selena gets stunned out, bouncing ball gets used, a fist crack coming in. Tad takes his kills onto Selena. He gets taken down while all the way back Joy is taking that turtle for Impurity yet again. The zone is crazy. Debbie, look at that. NFX
oh,
gets taken down in the hands of Dark in that Arlot, and all the remaining teammates that they can do is just sit back and watch. But Bruno quite low. He flickers out on point before he gets taken down. Overall, overall, great setup coming in.
Impurity Esports, they are, corrupting corrupt jungle time and again. Oh, look at that, the final slash.
Oh, the slash one on point. I mean, three people getting caught up, and Super Kev, his wall was not there. He gets taken down. The fist crack was dealing a lot of damage, but actually it's of no use without that fist wall. So yeah, he will be getting punished for going in the middle and trying to disrupt the whole team fight. But the
Oh,
objectives. If we talk about objectives, Debbie, all of the turrets of Impurity Esports, it's still remaining, while for Samurai, half of them are gone, and one more kill. Brody gets taken down onto the orange buff, the dark, quite low NFX, dealing the final blow. He gets taken down. Stat against Selena going in with his flicker and the bouncing ball, disrupting the whole escape situation. Quite, quite okay. Super Kiff lands his kill. I was kind of hoping for Selena to get his kill on that Selena, but
yeah.
no, it's just me being Delulu again. The overall the pressure is really onto Samurai.
Samurais, they are so behind at this point. There's nothing they can do. The pressure is definitely up, and the style for always the threat of the abyssal arrow always landing onto the backline is what they have to look out for because samurai they do not have the best frontliners. They do not have the best the best member to tank out those abyssal arrows, even with the Kufa, even with Selena onto the Kufa. He cannot do anything much with that point because if you are behind on the Kufa, you're not gonna be as tanky as you wanna be, like the Tigreals or the Bellerics, but still. He can have out the potential stealth, but still, Impurity, they know what they are doing. They know that they have the goal lead. They know that they have all the turrets going on into their hands, the neutral objective onto their focus, and they are just focusing on to this Lord, and so show us to end this game very early on, and we have to focus on the build too, right? It's a basic build coming out from the studio, taking out that War X, but I am worried that he's not gonna be having that much of a damage because looking at the goals so far, he's only 4k in comparison to Kelly onto that Joy. He's already gotten that Holy Crystal, which is a main damage dealing item for a Joy. So whenever he
Yep.
dives in, he's gonna be getting 1 kill of his own. And on top of that, their marksman did not have that the rose gold meteor for the extra survivability.
Yeah, the gold is quite scarce for the side of Team Samurai because they were getting gaped every single time. And they were losing one or two members, but look at that. Final slash coming in from Arlott, getting them out, double kill in the hands of Kaylee, Super Kev, one more kill in his hands. I remind you, Super Kev, he is a roamer. And okay,
Oh,
it it's kind of ironic how Aroma is getting all those kills, but look at that Dark going in, one more kill in their hands. Xborg, he can't do anything because all look at all the pouring of the minions coming in from all the sides, and Impurity, they might be going all out, although the Lord gets taken out in the inhibitor. That Maul gets taken down in the hands of Joy again. It's chaos all over here and there. Bodies falling out and two people remaining. Three now going for the base. The base lock was definitely there, and with the help of minions, they were able to end.
yeah, there was a perfect opportunity for Impurity to go in, and what an impeccable matchup coming out from the side of Impurity. Super Kev, as you mentioned, a room playing on to the XP side perfectly well as well, and the set has been so good on team as well. And I would say kudos to Z-Tat onto that Bruno able to try to get out the hero that can basically be having a better range than him. And on top of that, the help coming out from this team also, it was perfectly on point in Purity. They weren't joking around. They want to get this game very early on. They did drag out a little bit, but 10 minutes 28 seconds is their final call, so they are ending this game very easily. And this is not enough for the Sicilian to farm up to have the stacks up as well. So their only hope was the Sicilian for the side of Samurai. And Samurai, they have a combination where the early game is gonna be into their hands, that they were gonna be playing for the Brody because the Brody is a mid lane, have the mid lane power spike, and they did not have that. They did not have the support for the Brody, and the Bruno was just dishing out, hitting him with the balls time and again, and at that point there was no coming back from that goal deficit.
Yep, with the yeah, Bruno, he was hitting with the balls, with those
With the
balls.
balls. That's something.
Well,
That's something.
yeah, all the early game aggression, instead of being on the side of Samurai, it was on the side of Impurity, and they knew that they had to get those, early game lead that they need, because if it goes too late, then there is a high chance that Brody and the Sicilian would be enough to deal all the damage, and they could have, gone for a complete wipeout. But yeah, really great decision trying to end the game early, 10 minutes 30 seconds, not that late into the game. It was just the starting of mid game, and Sicilian, he was gaining his stacks, but he was stopped, unfortunately, going trying to go for the late game. But yeah, overall, I would say the amount of precision coming in from Nico's Queen on that abyssal arrow, and how he was just diving, and the confidence in his Selena was really, really great. And of course, Kaylee was there dealing the final blow from that Joy. I mean, this is how Joy is supposed to be played, right? Really aggressive, just going in. Plus, she has all the mobility that she can get in this world. So yeah, just go all out, and just go all in, and just don't fear anything.
Yeah. Use the heroes that you're comfortable with. Do the draft. to your own full advantage. And that's what impurities are doing. We were seeing some new heroes, some new faces, but it's still worth it for impurity. The first game was ego draft, the second game was being on a battle of unorthodox picks. And in the end, the micro with the better micro, the team with the better micro, and the macro is gonna be leading, and that's what impurities are showing to us. So yeah, we have more games to come today. This will be the end of the second game, but still, we have some more exciting matches going on, and before that, we're gonna be taking a very short break. Mhm.
Alpha, my dear doomed king. The time has come to cast away that frail mortal shell. Join me in eternity. Reign is eternal! In the end, you achieve nothing. For defying the world, I was handed eternal reign. The feast shall wait.
song melody soothe your soul. Echo through the darkness. Lovely quintet. Embrace the music.
In the arena, battle calls our name. Shadow rise, we're chasing fame. Legends born in the glow of the screen. Every move feels like a dream. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Shadow rise, won't back down. Strategies unfold like a master plan. Every hero, every fan, dive into the fray with hearts of steel. Our destiny is all we feel. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Shadow rise, won't back down. Unstoppable, we're igniting the spark. Brush off defeat, we hone every mark. Stand together, this is our time. Synchronize in perfect rhyme. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Shadow rise, won't back down.
Alpha, my dear doomed king. The time has come to cast away that frail mortal shell. Join me in eternity.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And the delay, the short break was quite short as well. But yes, we are back with you with the final match of the day, which is going to be happening between two teams, really interesting teams, I would say. But before I disclose that, this is the champion of the Realm series, hosted by none other than your Shadow Rise Esports Season 2 Round 2 happening right now. This is the last match of the day and quite of an interesting match as well, because if I have to disclose the teams, it is none other than Tartarus Divas fighting against Faith Weavers right now. Now, if you're familiar with Tartarus Divas, they are the female lineup of Tartarus, and we know how Tartarus is. So, are the Divas gonna be the same as Tartarus, or are they gonna be better, or are they gonna show us something really, really exciting? I'm excited. How about you guys? Do drop in the comment section. But moving on towards the drafting phase, this is first pick in the hands of Faith Weavers right here, going for the draft, and considering a lot as to what they will be going. Although I feel like since they have the first pick, they could go for a lot of good hero bans and maybe prioritize one or two hero for themselves. But yeah, we'll have to see what the teams are gonna be banning out. And well, it seems like I would have to, introduce myself first. This is your caster Zero, and this time I will be with you guys towards till the end of the game. And well, it seems like the game has to wait for a bit more. Although I would say Tartarus Divas, I've heard about them, and I am really interested how they are gonna be playing the game. And they are going against a guy team, I believe, and it's a whole diva lineup coming in from Tartarus. So they kind of gotta live up their name, be the diva, get on to the match. And well, oh well, it does look like the ban will be a lot. The Fanny, the Matilda, the Badang, and of course the Harriet coming in. Overall, solid bands. I would say 2 Assassins and Gold and EXP getting banned out. Really, really interesting. Squishy Banana out here trying his best to consider what to ban, because there is a lot of heroes ban, and a 10 ban is not enough to ban the whole hero site. It's just how the game is made. And yes, taking his sweet time, although he could ban out the Suyo or a another early game hero, but oh well, the ban gets missed out. Is it a network issue or is it on purpose? But yeah, we'll have to find out. But yes, if I have to talk about Tartarus Divas right here, they could go for another assassin ban like the Suyo, that since they have since they had the second pick, kinda gotta respect the first pick. Although there is Hylos open, Gatot Kacha is still open, both of them being a menace as well. So they are considering banning out that Zushin, of course. First pick, really, really respect pick, I would say. And Natalia onto a screen. I mean, yes, she got buffed in the recent patches, but in a tournament, a Natalia, how sure do you have to be on your Natalia that you are considering picking up a Natalia? Really, really interesting though. Although there is a lot of Natalias in the game, even if she's not there, if you get what I'm saying. Well, jokes aside, we do see Lilouch V hovering on the Natalia, still going for it. Maybe last 5 seconds, last minute change, and it would be the Suyo in his hands now. Team Tartarus Divas, they can go for the Alpha. Alpha still exists for Suyo, although picking up it in the early phase would be quite bad. But yes, we do see Priya onto that Lucas going for that jungle. I guess a Lucas and Florian combo maybe. But yes, Michelle taking her sweet time locking hero out. Considering what hero to pick up, the Sicilian is still open for them to pick. And might I tell you, the EXPs are still there as well. There goes CC in the hands of Michelle, not giving the chance from team okay, for the side of this team, they have gotten the chance for that mage pick as well. And of course, you can't forget the Kacha and the Halos combo as well. Really great heroes open, but if there's a CC, Gatot Kacha going a Gatot Kacha against the CC looks quite of a bad news. But yes, Squishy Banana picking out that chunky hero, that would be the Phobius, but Gatot Kacha gets locked out first, going for that backline with his AOG onto the roam position, I believe. But okay, Squishy Banana won't be picking out the Squishy hero, going for Phobius right there. Phobius against a CC, it could work, it could really work, but yeah, they kind of need to play it safe as well for both the teams. And pick going back to Team Tartarus Divas right now. What could it be? It might be the mage, might be a roamer coming in. Faith Weavers trying to weave their fate, going for a chunky lineup. And I would say it's looking quite promising for their side, but Harmony locking, maybe hovering around that Granger. Of course, Granger exists, but so does Irital, so it's kind of a give and take situation. But she does lock on Granger anyway. Really good pair. Harmony picking out a Granger. You know, if you get what I mean. Granger, he works on music, he works on the tune, so of course Harmony works out well, I guess. But yes, this time Ellie Hope onto banning position this time. Irital gets banned out in an instant. Just the respect ban for the Granger, the counter coming in. And Faith Weaver's back onto their side. Oh, they decide to ban that Florin. Really great decision, I would say. The Lucas and Florin combo should be illegal. I mean, Lucas already sustains a lot of damage, and Florin heals a lot. So it's like, you know, it's like you've got to ban him out. Otherwise, the combo is illegal if they decide to go for it. And the Valentina, understandable for that Lucas, so that she does not copy. And yeah, given the fact that the mage for Team Faith Weavers, same as Tartarus Divas, they are not getting picked out. It is quite of an understandable ban, reasonable ban, I would say. Last one to ban would be Toji-san. What would Toji-san be going for? Because the Roamer is still open, the Hylos is still open, and you would not want to face a Hylos. Or against CC is also there. The engage capability of that Hylos is just too much, and they decide to ban her out. Now that the bans are completed, the pick phase now about to happening. Ellie Hope gonna be going for that mage. Seems like pretty solid, I would say, but the Kacha still exists though, although she does lock on that Eve. She needs to watch out, because while casting her RWM, it is really, you know, she can't really do much, just gotta stay stationary. and it gives perfect chance for Kacha to, you know, jump into the back line. So yeah, that is something they need to watch out. And you know, it is just the pick going in the hands of Team Faith Weavers yet again. Moscow gets picked out against a Granger. We all know a Moscow does work with his spare Misery, able to knock Granger back, and of course his blink skill as well, just going away from Granger, dodging his bullets. And the last pick, it would be the Vixana getting locked out by Toji-san right there. Now, at this point, Tartarus Divas, they need someone for a setup. They need someone with a possibly a heal or possibly a good amount of CC, because they already have Granger as the damage dealer, and they kind of need to give a snowball for that Lucas to start dealing that damage. And Carmilla in this case looks like a solid choice because of her curse of blood, her ability to share the damage between your enemies, and of course it's just a matter of fact because both the teams, they kind of rely on a setup. The Gatotkacha going with this AOG and followed by the Eternal Guard from Toji-san could be the ultimate combo, or the setup from Carmilla trying to go for the Curse of Blood, and the Lucas going for his ultimate beast combo. So yes, overall it looks good for the draft looks good for both the teams, and at this point it is just it just depends on the execution now. Although I believe both the teams, they can do really great, and the synergies should sign up in this case. And you know, it just a matter of fact, the execution is 40%, 60% draft. In this case, the draft is really looking great for both the teams, and I would say it. I would say at this point a Lucas going against a Suyo jungle. Both are quite tanky, but again, Suyo, he has the engage that he can go for with his blink skill, while Lucas is quite on the chunky side. Although he has his dashes, it will be quite hard for him to go through the front line. And with that, moving on to the laning phase into the Land of Dawn, already we can see a poking game coming in. Cat just being a menace onto Squishy Banana with the Phobias, you know, going against a CC. It is quite understandable, quite expected, I would say. Ellie Hope though trying to get a poke, and of course Squishy Banana just getting back onto his own lane, trying to be safe. Although Moskov might be in a trouble because 4 people are surrounding him, and they are just waiting for that Lucas to get that level 4. Because look at that, Ellie Hope, she is going for that Moskov. Although Kingborn is onto behind, and just looking out for his teammates. Lucas, yes, dealing the damage, but and not the setup coming in, because they kind of need a level 4 for a good setup, and not a great opportunity to waste your ult, because in the early phases of the game, getting an ult, especially on the Lucas, it is quite you know, quite of an expensive, I would say, expensive skills. Yeah, but the turtle does get spawned, and already the rotation is there. Toji-san is rotating onto the backline. Ellie Hope, she already has a level 4. All of the divas, they have the level 4. They're just waiting for a setup at this point, trying to go for an engage right there. Leadouts going really safe around that part. Okay, Inferno Pursuit gets used up. RWM, first blood in the hands of Priya Fana right there. Squishy Banana gets taken down. Kingbon, on to the other hand, might be taken down in the hands of Cat, although Cat will be chopping out getting chopped out in the hands of Suyo with that Lila's V with that Suyo right there. Outfield engage, I would say. Priya Fera really low. The revitalize gets the heal gets used up, and she will be getting to live another day. It was a great engage coming in, but they kind of fell behind, and the turtle will be going in the hands of Faith Weavers right there. So overall, great engage. Still goal lead in the hands of Tartarus Divas right there. Just prioritizing the jungle, going for a trade, looking for a trade because Granger is getting that farm. Look at that. Gold shield almost down for the side of Fate Weavers. Granger is getting that farm. He is getting his stacks up. And we all know how dangerous a Granger is when he gets his farm. And look at that. Cat gets caught up in the middle as well. AOG connecting onto Elio. RWN gets casted. Cat does get to live another day unless Moscow comes in with despair of destruction. Cat does get away though. He is going in. Squishy Banana gets taken down. Elio, look at all those HP. Really small slither of HPs coming in. Decided to bounce back. Harmony just going back in his own lane. Lila's V trying to go for a solo kill, but he will be escaping with his Rondo right there. Now the stacks of Granger the Capriccio would be getting up quite soon. And you know, it's just a matter of fact that Granger would start doing the damage, but look at that solo kill. Lilo Tree takes his kills onto Granger with his soul saber right there. Michelle onto the chopping block next, double kill for him, and Ellie Hope is forced to get back in her own turret, trying to go back. Lilo Tree trying to go for a charge, although it will be a failed one. They might go for a full engage on that turret, although bottom lane Squishy Banana might be getting targeted because look at that. Priya Finai is there onto the bottom lane just focusing themselves because the turtle is there. So we are still onto the top lane helping his marksman out. And you know, at this point of the game, it's already the 5 minutes. Moscow is really hitting on with this pair of destruction. RWM gets casted from behind the chase. AOG onto Michelle, but she will be getting away. Toji-san gets taken down. Lilo V gets his kills onto Michelle. Keep the one to fall. Cat getting the double kill. Duke Atreides gets taken down in his hands. Now this is a reverse chase coming in because Unstoppable coming in from Lilo Tree. A double kill in his hands right there. You know, once again, Lilo Tree getting the aggression, the early game aggression right there, and you know, just going on. You know, this is what happens when you give an early snowball to a Suyo. He'll be just going in with his soul sever, soul sever, and of course a lot of damage coming in his hands, and Tartarus Divas not being able to do anything because the damage is just too much. But Squishy Banana gets taken down. AOG onto the wrong back line. RWM gets casted, shut down for him. Double kill right there in the hands of Cat, doing a lot of damage. Priya Finai pops out her ult, although she is quite on the back line. They do get saved. But Moskov going in with his SOD, and Cat gets taken down. Priya Finai onto the chopping block next, just escaping near her turret. Look at that, the chase is still there, trying to go for an engage. She gets taken down. You know, I feel like that was kind of a wrong way to go, but yeah. One more turret down in the hands of Fate Weavers, and already all the top tier 1 turrets are down and only the rest remaining. While for the side of Fate Weavers, they do not have any of the turrets, and all lane control is really good, really great happening. And yeah, it's just, I feel like Tartarus Divas, they are not quite that much behind, so they can work out and give the farm to Harmony. And of course the Tata, look at the camping coming in though in front of Pursuit. onto Priya Fanai, and AOG trying to mark Harmony, but he will not be successful. Elio though might be in trouble. She does get away with that. Lilo's V just dealing the damage, and CC is just onto the chopping block. But yes, the snipe coming in from Lilo's really high, and he did get a shutdown, so it will be quite a shutdown. But look at that, another engage coming in. RW gets casted as well, a lot as kills, and everything gets used. And Michelle pops out her flicker on point. Squishy Banana gets taken down in the hands of Harmony. Same with Cat, but Harmony will be flickering out his way, and Michelle chopping block next, double kill for him. Rather, Priya Fanai trying to dish out some damage, does get a shutdown onto Moskov. The reverse chase is there, and the Lord has already spawned. It is a level 1 Lord, so it will be quite easy, but yes, the HP will be increasing by the time it just comes. But overall, the map control is in hands of Fate Weavers right now, and they are definitely weaving their fate. And at this point of the match, it's just a matter of fact, they kind of need to wait it out. They need to wait the whole thing out, and they kind of need to go for a setup. And Carmilla is not finding the proper setup that is very much needed, because they had a lot of damage potential, but they are not able to capitalize it onto their hands. But look at that, the Lord already getting started, and Squishy Banana just zoning the whole of Tartarus Divas out, not even letting them inside. Ellie Hope trying to find an opening, but will be failing miserably. Look at that, the Infinite Pursuit is there onto Ellie Hope. Squishy Banana doing the job. But yes, Priya Fanai trying to go for a bust, but quite early. Lord in the hands of Fate Weavers right there. One more turret down onto the top side. Suyu was just split pushing, but yes, the pressure, the more the game goes into, the more pressure is into the hands of Fate Weavers. They are just providing all the pressure. And Moskov, he is going for an attack speed build, while Vixen and Kingbon is Squishy Banana. I would say they are doing a really great job at zoning and initiation as well. They are quite tanky, so they are able to do that. But AOG will not be landing, and Squishy Banana does get taken down in the hands of Cat. There, Michelle again. Once again, the flicker gets used up just to get back. The Lord is onto the top lane and will be defendable Lord, really, but they will be losing one more turret in that process. Just forced to stay in the base, near the base. Harmony trying her best to be the carry of the whole team, because that is what they kind of need. And the more stack of pressure you get, the better. But yes, the inhibitor will be falling for the top side. And look at that, Eternal Guard coming in, so you're just charging in. Elio gets taken down, RWM gets casted to zone them out, and Spear of Destruction missing by an inch. Cat gets to live another day right there. So overall, inhibitor is in danger. For the remaining two inhibitors are in danger. And yes, these super aligned minions will be popping up from the top lane, might be from the mid lane as well. The beast form gets used up onto the back line. Priya Fanai doing the damage, but she will be getting taken out in the hands of Atreides right there. And if you look at that, Ellie trying to go curve, lands a perfect Curse of Blood, but not a perfect follow-up, so that would go to waste. But yes, still the base is still standing, so I guess that is all you need for now. And at this point, you kind of need to farm up, and that is what Tartarus Divas is lacking right now. But if you look at the goal difference, it is a whopping 6k goal difference in 12-minute mark, so it will be quite hard to recover. But yeah, they really need to work it out, and Fate Weaver's doing a great job at freezing the lanes, going for that lane sync, going just preventing Tartarus Divas on getting the farm. But yeah, they're going around the map searching for any farm that they can get, although the Lord will be coming in 5 seconds. The chase, Ellie Hope trying to do something, trying to poke around, go around the bushes, but AOG connecting onto Cat. The initiation is there. The Curse of Blood not connecting. Looking at all the HPs are quite low. Priya Fana gets taken down. Harmony missing out her Rhapsody and getting chased back onto the base again. 1 minion there. The onslaught. Michelle gets taken down. Base is marked. Base is locked by Moscow, but hopefully they would survive because there are no minions. But the minions are pouring in and only one person is there to, defend the base. But yeah, it would be quite heartbreaking for Tartarus Divas as Fate Weavers, they get the victory for themselves. Now, Fate Weavers, I would say they really wove their fate. They were weaving their fate quite a lot. Squishy Banana and Kingbone, the ones doing the damage. Although early game, I thought Tartarus Divas, they were getting the upper hand, but it just things kind of went south because the upcoming onslaught from Suya was getting that snowball, and Suya was getting that snowball. He was really going for he was just going for an all out match. He was just not stopping. Although he got that shutdown, the next one to deal the damage, it was that Moskov, and the zoning coming in from Vixana plus the Gatotkacha trying to go for that backline with his AOG, and it was a well played match. I would say Tartarus Divas, they tried their best, although they kind of had a little bit lack of a team coordination, because if they had landed it perfectly, it would have worked out in their favor. But it is the league stage, and it is a league stage. There will be a lot more chances for you to fight back and come back into the match. So overall, it was an interesting match, and I would say that was it for today. Unfortunately, that was the last match of the day, and we will be with you tomorrow yet again. So for now, this is your caster Zero signing off, and I hope everyone has a good night.
is eternal! In the end, you achieved nothing. For defying the world, I was handed eternal reign. The feast shall wait.